Brodes Media.
What a fucking disgrace! What a fucking disgrace! You are so lucky Dave Roberts is brain dead because there's no reason to not have Sasaki in the ninth inning. Whoop-de-damn-do. But here's the thing. When a team is so stupid and a manager on the other side does something that should be fatal, that decision should have murdered the Dodgers in game 2. It should have absolutely blown up in his face. But Rob Thomson said, watch this. You want to see stupid? I'll give you stupid. Give it up and out. All the momentum in the world. It was crashing down. All of it was crashing down on the Dodgers. They were letting it slip. They were giving you a golden opportunity to get back in the series. But no. Let's try and move Rhino and Nick Castellanos over to third and give up and out. It's dumb baseball. So you counter Dave Roberts' dumb baseball with something dumb. How? Now let me be very clear. The main issue with this team, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, and Kyle Schwarber. The main issue is that. And boom, 2-0 count, baby. Let's see you give it a swinging at trash, swinging at vomit, swinging at something that wasn't in the heart of the meat and potatoes of the plate on a 2-0 count. Smart baseball, boomer. There you go, kid. Yeah, that's right here, kid. Way to go, bud. Good stuff. Good. High quality baseball. Winning baseball. Winning playoff baseball. Ain't that right, boomer? Great stuff. The top of the order, the big money contract players are shitting themselves. A common trend. Bats going quiet. We were talking about Schwarbs catching Ryan Howard and having one of the most epic seasons of all time. Ryan Howard, Kyle Schwarber, these guys in the same sentence. Now he's what? Over 20? Over 20 plus? And by the way, him and Bryce, they have very hittable pitches. Getting overpowered by 97. Come on! We need you! The showman! Bedlam at the bank! That's what got this team to the World Series in 22. Arcia! Moments! This is awful. This is a fucking train wreck. All those poor fans, man, that were there waiting to explode. Of course it got tense. When you're down 4, and I'll get to why they were down 4-0. I think Rob is truly having the fucking worst playoff series of all time. And I'm saying that obnoxiously. I'm sure there's worse, but I'm most disappointed in him. And I mean, look, I'm disappointed in Kyle. I'm disappointed in Bryce, without a doubt. But I've been claiming Rob's one of the best managers in the sport with how he manages personalities and how he's doing all that. What is this guy doing? What is he doing? Hey, you know who the perfect person to go to when there's runners to inherit? The worst one on the fucking roster. That's what he did. He went to a Ryan Cooker. He's horrible. watching Dave Roberts outside of whatever you want to call that night. And you know what? He probably thought so little of the Phillies offensively. Not probably. He did. He thought you were so minimized. Like, this is how much he disrespected you. He thought he could get away with it. Now, he was wrong. But that's how much he thought you sucked. Oh, my goodness. But you've seen the way they've closed out games and they stopped their horrible bullpen from being horrible in the playoffs. They go to others and get unique. No, Ranger? Unless Ranger really is broken. Because Game 3 starter's Nola. And I'm a Nola guy more than most. I think Nola can bounce back long term more than most. This ain't it, Rob. You don't go down with the season on the line with Nose this year. I'm sorry. I love Nose. And maybe Nose throws a nice game. There's a chance that he does, and you still fucking lose because your team can't hit. I said poor fans. How about poor Jesus Luzardo? That guy was a machine. In the first inning, too, there's trouble. After that, cruising. I mean, the game was in the 7th inning. I looked, the game started at 6:08. Dude, it was 6:55. It was the 7th inning. I went, what the hell? The guy was throwing a masterpiece. So, look, Nose could throw a great game. And then, well, Bryce goes over. Kyle goes over. Trey, come on, man. Nothing. Spare me with the RBI single when Kepler stinks. Throwing the ball to JT's right side, which then causes him to have to make a longer move for the swipe tag, which scored the first run against the Dodgers. These details matter. These details matter. I think Rob has been atrocious. Legitimately atrocious. When I watch Alex Cora and when I watch Dave Roberts outside of that 9th inning, you have to manage playoff baseball 80,000 times differently than regular season baseball. It's not even close. You have to do things you don't traditionally do. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to put players in positions where, hey, maybe you haven't done this before. Sasaki's not a closer. Glass now coming out of the pen in game 1 is not what he always does. So if you thought in your mind the whole way, I'm going to most likely start Aaron Nola for game 3, then Ranger Suarez needed to be used in these games prior. Between that and the David Robertson thing in game 1, you use it for 6 and 7. This isn't July 6th. It's not a random series against the Giants in June. Come on, Rob. I mean, unbelievable. And if this Aaron Nola thing does backfire, I think it's a fireable postseason by Rob. That's how bad I think he's been. Now, I want you to remember something I said right from the top. The biggest problem is your players are failing miserably. And your top 3 guys are no-showing. And they are looking horrible, including many others. But you were built offensively for Trey to be a champion, a batting champion. Game on the line, Sasaki. Don't ground out. Gotta have the big moment. Failed. Bad play defensively for his throw to JT. Was it a tough play? Sure. So was Freddie Freeman scooping the damn ball. Game-changing play made the play. You could have had a game-changing play at the plate. Didn't make the play. So the number 1 problem is we need the superstars to be superstars. Kyle Schwarber was in the talks to win NL Most Valuable Player. He's the most valuable Sox right now. That's what he is. And we love Kyle, but we got to keep it 100. My guy Jalen Hurts wins fucking Super Bowls and Super Bowl MVPs, yet he's talked about like he's a piece of shit. It's unreal. It's unreal. Shame on all these guys. Listen, if you went to war with the Dodgers and lost in 5, and it was, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but if you reflect back to one of the most recent postseason runs for the Sixers, and they met the Knicks in round 1, even though that's really a round 2 matchup, and it went 7, and it was a crazy battle, we're still disappointed and extremely sad afterwards, but I personally still respect the effort that went into that series. This is rolling over and dying. This is straight up trash. And now we have to wonder, what do you do differently? How do you change this roster? It's easy. Trade Bohm, trade Nick. Yes, you're stuck with Trey and Bryce, but not that I want to get rid of Bryce. I would love to get rid of Trey, but, Kyle might walk. JT might walk. You can't bring this thing back. Ranger, I don't know. They can't even find a spot to use Ranger in the playoffs. It's malpractice. It's malpractice. And how about this? Rob Thomson, after the game, said he was coaching for the tie. Excuse me? You're not going for the jugular? Malpractice. I don't know how Nick got to second, by the way. Dumb. Oh, not dumb. They're not good on the bases, right? Brandon Marsh got picked off. They're bad on the bases. But you got lucky, and you were able to slide in there, Nick. You saw the replay, him go. That's him making weird noises with his mouth, but he knew he got super lucky. And I'm going, you make it a 4-3 game. You have a man on second, no outs. And you're playing for the tie? And you said that publicly? I mean, I don't know what's worse, actually playing for the tie instead of the win. Let's play for the tie. Okay. Here's another thing, too. Oh, my God. There were some of you out there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Who gave Jose Alvarado a standing ovation. Hey, it's okay, Jose. We still love you. Morons. Actual morons. Do you know how useful he'd be right now? You don't have a pen. I'd sure love him to help us get to Duran. And don't even get me started on that light show. Speaking of fireable offenses, how does nobody know that? How does nobody know that? That you don't play the light show. It's pathetic. It's loser. It's loser. Yet I guess it perfectly describes this baseball club. And this whole Kirkering thing, right? Inheriting runners. I know I'm bouncing around, but I mean, this was just mind-boggling. Maybe you go to Suarez there and he gives up a run. Maybe it's not 4-rip. Maybe it's 1-0. Do you know how different the game is at 1-0 compared to 4? Those managerial decisions matter. And Rob Thomson is just acting like this is regular season game 112. Here's Strom. Here's Robertson for a 6th and 7th. Oh, my God. No. Suarez. Nola. Even though Nola hasn't been great, I'm going to Nola over Orion Kirkering. Now, maybe not to inherit runner. If you go to the guy, and I forget exactly who was up to bat, but just hear me out for a second. And truth be told, I don't even know if I give a shit. Tanner Banks all year has done a really nice job of getting out of pickles. If you went to Tanner Banks, at least that makes sense. I'm not saying throw Nola in a spot where it's bases loaded. No, okay. Maybe Suarez, and that limits the damage. And he's going to tell us at some point that Suarez isn't available, and that's why he wasn't used at all. But, I mean, it's still malpractice, this whole thing. This whole thing is malpractice. Oh, God. You're getting outmanaged by a guy who didn't put Sasaki in the 9th. I want you to let that sink in. That's the perfect way to describe this. You allowed Dave Roberts, who made one of the dumbest decisions in the world not using Sasaki today. He outmanaged you. Your bunt, gross, Kirkering, gross. This whole thing, sleepwalking. But for the 1,000th time, your offense is not here. Again, the lights got bright, and they just don't know what to do. And I'll tip my cap to Blake Snell. I thought he did some really nice. It was a pitching duel at some point. But at some point, I need Bryce. I need Kyle. I need you. The team needs you. And you can make the argument all you want. Well, Brodes, it's not like Ohtani or some of the big names for the Dodgers in game one. Their numbers are really bad and others stepped up. And I got you. There are still other ways to do it, but it does start with your top dogs. You got to produce. And they are not. They are not. I'll tell you what I need tonight after this game. An Emilio cigar to calm myself down because I am straight up broken. And as soon as this episode's over, I'm going out back and I'm lighting up. I might light up all 4 of these. I'm not going to lie to you. Emilio cigars, old school roots, new school attitude, locally owned, 3rd generation, made at Fábrica Oveja Negra in Nicaragua. Let me tell you something. It's the only cigar to smoke. When an Emilio cigar touches my lips, I'm in awe. I'm in disbelief. I'm stunned in a great way. I'm thinking there's no way it's this magical. There's no way it tastes this good. There's no way this is my real life, that I'm special enough to enjoy something so lovely. This is what you need to do. Check out their website with the link down below in the description. There's so many options for you. And if you use promo code BRODES10 at checkout, you get 10% off your purchase. So do me a favor. If you are a cigar smoker, check it out. Give it a whirl if you haven't before, and you're going to be in disbelief. I'm telling you right now, make sure you join the Emilio Cigar family today. Do we take a phone call? Okay, well, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's go to the Anytime Hotline as I look to see what some of the guys said after the game. I listened to all of Rob Thomson's press conference. Oh, I sure did. But I want to see what Bryce has to say. I want to see what these guys have to say with the mics in their face. Here we go.
Hey, Brodes. Same shit, different year pretty much with this team losing game 2. And obviously it's the same problems that we've had year after year. And it really made me think about Dave Dombrowski, who you've criticized a lot, rightfully so. And look, I've been a big Dave guy in the past. I thought that maybe he got a little bit of too much blame in certain times, but I feel like after the loss, not only tonight, but Saturday and the last couple of years with this playoff team, I don't know how you can sit there as a GM or president of baseball operations of this team and go into the playoffs each year with essentially the same team and expect different results. And, you know, it shouldn't be any surprise to people watching this team now that we're having really bad at-bats and we can't get offense going. So, look, there's still a chance, obviously. I want to be optimistic about it and say that maybe they still have a fighter's chance, but I think it's time we depart with Dave after this year, because you can't keep going into the playoffs with the same team every year and expecting a different result. Thanks.
I appreciate the call. I have no optimism whatsoever. At this point, it's, hey, can they extend it a game? For whatever reason, I don't know what that would do for me. I think it's pretty inevitable and clear how this is going to go, and the numbers back that up. They are extremely toast. But the offseason stuff, yeah, I mean, we got to talk. I've been saying for all year. I mean, come on, guys. I've despised this team all year, right? And truth be told, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, look, oh, yeah, I told you so. No, because at the end I said, let's see what happens. Sometimes it's just about chemistry. Sometimes it's just about mojo. It's not always the best team on paper. But if Kepler can do what Kepler does, and if Marsh can do what Marsh does, and if you can get production off of a random hero decides to show up the way, was it Steven Pierce or whatever from the Boston Red Sox? You just never know if you can get that. And Kyle's your NL MVP. I mean, there are ways to do this. I didn't expect them to die like this. I didn't. I honestly, if they were to lose to the Dodgers, which I could have seen coming, I did not think that they were going to roll over and die this aggressively and this terribly. So even someone like me, who have given them their fair share of right hooks and I've been knocking them down all throughout the regular season, I still was convinced that during the postseason, they'd give us an effort that we respect, even if they were to fall. And boy, was I wrong. But the reason I find that important to what you're saying here is I've been very harsh on Dave. I've been a little lenient on Rob, I think. I've given him the benefit of the doubt because I think he's managed people very well. I think he's managed a flawed roster by Dave Dombrowski very well throughout the regular season. But all hands are on deck here. You go to starters in the postseason out of the pen. That's what you do to make up for those flaws. And if Rob was to do that and they still lose, I want Rob. If Rob goes to Suarez and Suarez gives up a grand slam or he gives up a 3-run blast and he's not effective, but he goes to Ranger Suarez over Orion Kerkering, I'm not blaming Rob a lick. It's not Rob's fault. He did what he needed to do. He had to put his best arm out there. His best arm, season on the line, game 2. Can't fall down 0-2 in a 5-game series going to the West Coast. You must get it done now. Go to your best guy. And if your best guy fails, then your best guy fails. But Rob's not even doing that. He's not even doing that. He's got no urgency at all. And you could say that I'm stupid for ever thinking that he would. But listen. Sorry, I thought Rob was smarter than this. I thought Rob's been around the game longer than this to understand it. I thought also that we've watched Rob grow, right? Rob 3 years ago, not Rob today. Well, he didn't learn enough. I was willing to give him an opportunity to kind of learn the rope. When you're the right-hand man to Joe Girardi in New York, there's only so much you provide. When you get into the big shoes and you're here in Philadelphia, then you get a whole new perspective on things, and it's not going to flip just like that, but over time, you kind of get it and you understand it, and Rob's not understanding it. And I'm very emotional right now, and there could be a world where we find out Ranger Suarez was inept to pitch, and then he was only doing that to kind of throw off the Dodgers so they think he's available and they're worried about a lefty and they're thinking about the structure of the lineup, and if he's not available, he's not available. Then I don't know what you want Rob to do, and that'll throw a whole nother wrench into it. But I'm not there for today. Right now, just let me rip. All right, let me get some things off my chest. Jeff Curve, CBS Sports, has this on Trey Turner. Trey Turner on the frustration of being one hit away from the top of the order breaking from their slide. Everyone feels that. The stadium feels that. We feel it. Feels like we're one hit away. 2 nights ago, we felt that too, breaking the game open and maybe getting the win. Tonight felt the same thing. That's the difference in these games. We got to do more. Huh? I don't know. I couldn't connect less with that comment. I couldn't be more disassociated with those. I don't think they're one hit away. They're so close. What do you think? This is the Eagles trying to figure out how to get Saquon Barkley going, and they're a missed block away from him going 40 instead of him getting 4-yard gains? As if that tickles my fancy right now, too. That's a bad analogy. I'm sorry. But my God, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Rob Thomson on the Bryson Stott bunt decision. Left on left, we're trying to tie. I like where a bullpen was at. He liked where the bullpen was at. Excuse me? You liked where the Phillies bullpen was at. This guy's delusional. But the offense is the problem. What I want everybody to do is separate both. The biggest issue is the big name guys failing. But man, this guy is lost. Kyle's lost. Bryce is lost. And there is a role that a manager provides. And let's say the guys in the lineup and the pitchers are 85% of the production. There's 15% of managerial production in the playoffs. I'm just making up a percentage. You can feel differently however you feel. 80, 20, whatever it is. Of the 20 or 15 that Rob is supposed to bring, he's giving 0. And also the players are giving 0. It's so awful. It's so awful. And what I hate is when I'm watching these other managers. I watched Cora, and I know they failed, and they had a lot of injury. Roman Anthony got injured, and the Yankees are just better than them anyway. They had no pitcher for Game 3 in that 3-game series against the Yankees, but you could just tell the way he thinks the game is nastier than Rob doesn't think the game with a nasty mind. I don't know what that means, but it means something to me when I say it out loud. I see Alex Cora, and I see a guy that has 7, 8, 9 different things going in his head. He's prepared for this and that, and bang, bang, bang. He just looks like a guy with a killer attitude to get this done. I don't think that's right. Rob went to David Robertson for the 6th and 7th with a rest. First off, fully rested with an entire week off while other teams were playing, and then an off day on Sunday. Come on, man. That's loser baseball. That's what that is.
Brodes, I'm losing my mind. I am losing my fucking mind. I'm done with Rob, man. Even if somehow we miraculously run 3 games in a row, I'm done, man. It's the pressure he put on Christopher Sanchez in Game 1 when he's pitching perfectly and putting guy in the pen for no reason, and it shook him. And then now tonight, Luzardo is pitching fucking absolutely perfect, has 70 pitches, and you put a guy in the bullpen to fuck him up too. And come on, Rob. 2 on base, man, giving up 3 hits all game. You really think he was going to give up more than 2 runs? So what do you go and do? You pull him and you bring in the fucking clown show of a bullpen we have.
Well, I'll let you continue, but getting guys to warm up, is that a complaint where guys are I don't know. And that's the least of my concerns on the Rob Thomson tree personally, if I'm hearing you correctly. But I'll let you continue.
And, man, can you pick a worse set of options every time, Rob? Really? And, man, let's not even talk about us having freaking no outs, Castellanos on second, just for us to bunt. Yeah, analytics. Nice having a fucking backbone, Rob, and making your own decisions. Bunt down, not only bunt, but bunt down the sideline where Castellanos is running.
Another one. I don't know what the analytics tell you. I would imagine that analytics don't appreciate bunting at all because you're giving up an out. So I'd imagine he is going with his backbone, but it was dumb. but it was dumb. I don't know the numbers. I'm just saying. You don't want to give up outs. Bunting. That's why bunting has kind of been removed from the game, because it's not good percentage-wise when you have someone in scoring position to give up an out and to move them over a base when they're already in scoring position. So if anything, and again, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I think Rob Thomson is just, he's cracking under pressure. I don't know what it is. He's a steady hand guy, and I think he may feel that if he was to do something unorthodox, it tells the team that he's having a knee-jerk reaction. He's doing something that's out of the norm, and he wants to go more the norm because that shows a steady hand. I'm trying to get into the mind of Rob, but I don't think anybody can right now because he's that clueless currently, and I am stunned that I'm here. Stunned that I'm here. And I'm a little disappointed because it feels like that's where a majority of my attention has been right now today when there are other things to prioritize. But it's almost like I knew that the team was the team, right? I had higher expectations for Rob in game. And even if Rob was better in game, we still may lose to the Dodgers and we still may fail. We could still be down 0-2. But now, I've always questioned the roster. I thought Rob was good. Now I don't know about Rob. So I think that's why my attention gets drawn towards that more currently. I've always been a Rob supporter. Everyone's ripped him forever when it was just not justifiable, in my opinion. But this is so bad. This is worse than anything he's ever done. These first 2 games. I personally believe that everything good that he has done has truly been burned to the ground based off of these 2. That's how inept he looks. That's how out of sorts he is with the meaningful decision-making of playoff ball. He feels unaware of the significance of his moves. It's crazy. If I'm watching this as a president, if I'm watching this as an owner, I am dumbfounded But let me tell you something I'm not dumbfounded about. Camden Apothecary, baby. I love my weed. Phillies fans, game day is stressful enough, trust me. Parking, traffic, long lines, we've all been there. But when it comes to your cannabis, Camden Apothecary makes it easy. And they are only 5 minutes over the bridge. This is the dispensary for sports fans, just minutes outside of Philly with plenty of free parking. You'll be in and out fast, no hassle, no waiting. And they don't just care about convenience. Camden Apothecary is all about the guest experience. Their staff makes sure you feel taken care of every time you walk in. Plus, they carry only the best quality cannabis at the fairest prices. So whether you're stocking up for the tailgate, the watch party, or celebrating a big win, you know you're getting the good stuff without overpaying. They even show love to the community with specials for fans, students, service members, and healthcare pros. Camden Apothecary, top quality cannabis, great prices, and experience made for Philly fans 21 and up. Tell them Brodes sent you for 10% off. Let me tell you something. A cigar and a nice how do you do, a little bang bang 1-2 punch for the kid. Hey, I'm just saying, I mean, this baseball team is just out to lunch. Let's go to Carmen.
This Phillies team, like this current core of Harper, Turner, Real Muto, Schwarber, Castellanos, they are a bunch of losers who are all talk and fail to come out clutch in key moments. I don't care about the end of the game rally. Schwarber hasn't done anything this entire postseason, entire series. Price, nothing. Trey, okay, he did maybe it's something. Castellanos, I don't want to see him again next year.
Well, the ironic part is he's the only one that seems to show life. He did today, and he did in the NLDS last year against the Mets, too.
Romito, I don't even care. That dude talks such a big game, being like, oh, we'll talk about the contract after we win the World Series. You guys are making past the first fucking round. Okay? Wrap it up. It's over. This team's not winning 3 straight.
I agree with you. They're not winning 3 straight. Here's the mindset of Blake Snell. We know we're going to win. We're confident in that. Do you feel the Phillies have the same exact mindset in these games? I sure as hell don't. Since game 2 of the 23 NLCS, when they led Arizona 2-0, Turner, 5 for 37. Harper, 7 for 32. Schwarber, 7 for 35. That's collectively a 183 batting average. There's that. Now, was that before this game or after this game? Someone just sent me that screenshot. For some reason, I felt like I've seen that before the game, but I could be way off. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's how they looked in these losses. No, any loss would have been painful. Any loss would have been brutal, but this is just horrible. Bryson Stott said he wasn't thinking about taking a hack in the 9th. He said he was given the bunt sign. I'm going to get the bunt down. Dave Roberts gave you this game. He literally gave you this game. Take it. Just take it. And I really thought they were. I mean, it was that egregious. And that's how much a managerial decision can sway things. 4-3, man on second, no outs. I mean, dude. And he told Bryson Stott to bunt. Oh, my God. Oh. Hey, at least Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Jalen Hurts spoke today for a few hours. Go Phils.